So there won't be any demonstrations at the Robert E. Lee Monument in Charlottesville in the near future. Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe signing an executive order today temporarily halting the issuance of permits and prohibiting demonstrations at the monument. The governor says the suspension is necessary to give officials time to make informed decisions after recent unrest. Well, the latest work here from a D.C. projection protest artist. It was on the Trump Hotel in D.C. Robin Bell drove his van to Trump International Hotel and projected several slides onto the building. They said the President of the United States is a known racist and Nazi sympathizer, and this is not a drill. And we're all responsible to stand up and end white supremacy, #resist. So a lot has happened in the last week, and there are more rallies planned for this weekend. It's clear that the discussions and the debate, they're not over yet, especially in schools as summer break comes to a close. Joining me tonight to discuss, Dana Cunningham, an English teacher and mother, and Casey O'Mara, a history teacher. Both teach at Elizabeth Seton High School in Bladensburg, Maryland. So to both of you first, the events of Charlottesville have spurred a lot of conversations. I'm sure you've been having them in your own households. And now, as you prepare to go back to school, you'll have to have those conversations with your students. So first, let me back up and say, how have the conversations gone in your households?
I think being so close to DC, the nation's capital, we have to be more aware of what's going on. So at home, it's a lot of conversations of, okay, this is getting closer and closer, and how do we then educate our kids? I have two small kids, so they're, they don't understand yet, but they're going to have to, soon enough. So at home, we're just trying to be positive and aware of what's going on in the world. And
Casey, are you kind of formulating a discussion plan for, you're a history teacher, for talking to students, and are they interested in having those conversations? And school's still a couple weeks away for you guys.
Absolutely. Our students are very aware of their surroundings, especially as Dana said, because we are so close to DC. So they do want to have these conversations. They do want to know what is going on in the world, and Dana said it exactly right. They just want to be aware of what's happening in the world, and especially in our country, and they want to be able to go out and educate others on it as well.
Is the school itself conveying to you all the importance of the discussion, or how the discussion should be framed?
We just returned to school yesterday as a full staff, so we haven't really been able to tackle it, but I know just in conversations with other colleagues, we've been talking about, all right, what are we going to do once school starts with the students? And I think number one is to know that it's not a taboo topic. It's something that we have to address with our students.
Address it, not ignore it.
Right, exactly. Address it, and before they can start, a lot of stuff happens on social media, and a lot of times there's good information out there, but there's also a lot of false information out there, and we need to educate them on where to go for, the right news and how to discern it.
That's a new challenge as teachers. So how do you tackle that?
We both, in English and in history classes, we both cover how to understand sources, whether they be primary sources coming off the news or secondary sources like different articles and that kind of stuff. So we work very hard in our classrooms and throughout our school to make sure that our girls are getting as non-biased or as professional, educational, scholarly articles as they possibly can. That way that they have the full story of what's happening.
Last thing for both of you, did any of these conversations ever make you nervous? I mean, you've got these young students in your class, and you're left wondering, am I saying the right thing? Am I delivering the right message?
I remember a couple years ago after the riots in Baltimore, I went into school the next day and said, how am I going to address this? And I was talking to somebody the other day, and she said, I think we can get it right this time, because now we've been prepared. We have weeks off preparing for school, and I've been looking at, for me, I teach rhetoric, which that's been thrown around a lot lately, which nobody knew what it was before, but now they do. And so I can, let's look at these words and how big of an impact they have, and what's happening just because of the power of these messages that are going out.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. We wish you the best of luck as you get ready to start the school year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.